Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Marvellous Monday. Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are. If you think it's Get Rich Quick, you're in the wrong place. This is the wrong podcast. This is the wrong life for you. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Hope you're all awesome and well. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Wealth Coffee Chat. Last one for the year, folks, for me anyway. Maybe there's a few replays coming your way if you're interested. But, hey, good morning. Good to see you. A few of the regulars on and up and at it, which is awesome. Good to see you, folks. Got my little Christmas shirt on this morning. There you go. Yeah, look. Anyway, my kids say I'm a bit boring. So I'm trying to be a bit more interesting, a bit more dad interesting. I don't know. Dad's trying to be funny or interesting, and then we just end up dorky, don't we? I don't know. There you go. But anyway, got my little Christmas shirt on this morning. Thanks, Luke. And Jeff, mate, you're off already, mate. I'm done and dusted today for my official duties for the year. So a few things going on though. Bryce, yeah, Merry Christmas to you, mate. Good on you. Hopefully you're all sorted for Christmas, folks, and getting yourself ready. I certainly am. Real estate never stops, though, does it? Right now, I've got one of my properties that was meant to be finished a while ago. One of my houses that I'm building, and lo and behold, it's finishing now. So drawdowns and watering grass and getting tenants and all sorts of stuff. Firmly right over the top of Christmas. A little bit sort of annoying, but, you can't control everything, which I'd like to do sometimes. But, that's the drill. Anyway, we've got some things to do over Christmas because the big wheel keeps on turning when we're playing the game of real estate, doesn't it? But I thought we might talk about, what happened in 2023. Maybe not a deep dive because we've done that already, but something I reckon we need to understand for next year. There's a bunch of things, but I was going to talk about one thing today that might be quite good to understand, get our heads around as a property investor as we go along. So, anyone who's new, hello. If you are new, quick intro. Most of you know this already. I'm sure you do, but Jason Witten's my name. We do this every weekday. This is the last one of the year. It'll be kicking back off in January, late January. Folks, if you want to know, there'll be a few replays along the way, so you can maybe the best ofs over the Fenton. Look at this. Yeah, exactly. Don't you like my shirt, Fenton? Trying to be Christmassy, mate. I'm trying to be Christmassy. There you go. Well, with no further ado, let's get into today's show and have a little look at what I think is worth understanding about 2024 coming up, because 2023 brought us some pretty interesting things, right? Interest rates up. I think it was 12 rises in a row. Ability to borrow down. Dollar borrowing power down. And left a few of us potentially questioning how we manage some negative cash flow, some negative outflows with our properties. On the flip side, though, our rents went through the roof, that's for sure. And a bunch of other things went on. But really, was it a problem? Was it a abnormal problem? And I like to approach the world of property investing in normal problems and abnormal problems. Well, the reality is, folks, it was a totally 100% normal year, a normal problem, normal things that you have to manage and navigate as a property investor, because this has happened forever and a day, and it'll continue to happen forever and a day. The the ebb and flow of interest rates and inflation and government policies and all sorts of stuff. And mostly, yep, buffers save the year for us. That's exactly right. Look, that's why you have buffers, folks. That's why you have built-in buffers. That's why you manage your cash flow and your dollars and cents. That's why you manage your access to your equity. That's why I talk about this all the time. Borrow money, get money in redraw and available in splits and loans in your equity and your property when you don't need it. Like often when you need the bloody thing, it's hard to get hold of. Anyway, but that's not what today's about. Today's about something that's happening in 2024 that I think won't occur in any way, shape, or form. What's the big promise? And it's not really in 24, it's over the next 5 years. What's the big promise that the government have said, folks? They've said, we've got a housing crisis. No shit, Dick Tracy. I told you had a housing crisis in 2016 and you wouldn't listen. Anyway, a little bit of a call there. The government ruined the financial capacity of Australia by having this ludicrous APRA investigation, which chased away 25,000 financial planners out of the world of financial planning for people. Mortgage brokers left in droves as well. Tens of thousands of mortgage brokers left the industry. What did that do? Well, well done, government. You know what that did? It increased, it almost doubled the cost of financial advice for the average Australian, and 100,000 less Australians now today receive less financial advice than they did 5 years ago. What a joke. Anyway, I'm getting a bit off track here. But what's this big promise that the government has got in store for us, folks? Right. We need to build 1.2 million houses. Yeah, good on you. Go for it. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. It's an interesting one. Anyone want to guess in the chat, what is the maximum amount of properties we've actually delivered construction-wise in our best year ever in Australia? How many? What's our record, folks? What's our record? How many did we deliver in our best year ever when it came to the world of construction? When we had borrowing, which was good, and when we had, investment from overseas, and when we had construction, construction companies, not going broke every 5 seconds. When we had investors being able to borrow, like what was our record? Now, this is a joke. This is what voters need to understand when they're, our record for delivery. Our record delivery is around $200,000 in 1 year, right? Okay, 200,000 record, but our average, folks, is about 150, right? And this was an anomaly in there that that anomaly, because that came in quite late. And you can have a look at houses, right? Like houses, I always say this, houses, plot along at about 100,000 across the whole country, by the way. And when you look at the population, folks, did the population stay static? No, our population boomed, and our capacity to deliver built stock properties to the market, right? So what we've got to do, we've got to deliver at 5 years, we've got to deliver close to 250,000 properties a year, which we've never done before, ever in Australia's history. Like, did anyone sort of just call bullshit? When you hear someone talking, you go, bullshit. Like, come on now. Were these numbers sort of plucked at it? I mean, seriously. Anyway, so it's not going to happen. And I want to, dine out on this for a bit, and then we'll talk about what that means to us as property investors. What would we do with it? Because I think there's some good opportunities in there. So we've got record construction companies going insolvent, right? So there you go. And that's still playing out a bit now in the marketplace. It happened, it peaked the middle of last year. So, here's an idea. You blokes, the government threw these construction companies under the bus. They gave away free money everywhere. Houses exploded, inflation out of control, giving free money away. And then, lo and behold, some of our largest construction companies when it comes to residential real estate and many, many smaller companies, choked on it all. Like insane. The highest number for probably ever. And that goes back to 2013. Seriously, folks. Anyone keeping these Muppets accountable? I tell you what. So, we've never built 250,000 homes. We've got the largest amount of construction companies going into insolvency. Super sad. Like, talk about a fucking disaster. The government should be stumping up and fucking, saving those companies and sorting it out. Other than the Queensland government the other day said, oh, you know what? Let's give away $30,000 to first home buyers. That's their solution. What a fucking joke. Give away more money, make inflation worse, make supply problems worse. Like, it's just a joke. Anyway, annoys the crap out of me. And then, what's the future look like? Well, approvals. So this was construction, delivery, things that were built. You can see into the future by our approvals. We had a lot of approvals in kind of 2015, 16, 17, which all sort of landed construction-wise, complete and built sort of, in that section, right, folks? So in sort of 2018, 19, 2020. But check out what's gone on. And, this was a problem here after the damn APRA investigations, but Bush absolutely choked on it. And what you don't see properly is under here. If you look at underneath, right? If you look at underneath, that is medium to high density residential real estate. Absolute disaster. You're only going to be able to supply this marketplace with what it needs if you have our medium to high density apartment building healthy, right? And APRA and all of that bullshit, they chased away funding and finances from overseas. There's no companies in Australia who want to build residential real estate. The government disincentivizes it, penalizes it. It's a joke, right? So we had quite a good amount of money in construction coming. It was at least providing some momentum, and then the government chased it away. Ludicrous. Anyway, so they're going to build 250,000 homes. Not likely. Not going to happen. And especially when it comes to the cost of construction. We've had record cost of construction that's playing out mostly in multi-density properties. Apartments were meant to be a cost-effective solution for people to live in a certain area. And it's actually now more expensive to build an apartment than it is a damn house. It's a joke. So apartments become, something that is a little bit more what we would call flight to quality if you're going to buy them as an investment. But but here's the big saving grace. The government said, you know what, we fucked it up. We're going to now ask multinational overseas corporates to come into Australia and build apartment buildings and rent them out to people because we can't do it. We're useless. We're absolutely useless. So it blows me away. So now they're going to give land tax deductions. They're going to give tax incentives to corporates, but they've penalized you and me. They've penalized the smaller investor, which the whole supply chain was working very well on, for the last 25, 30 years that I've been involved in. Investors bring property supply to the market. Very, very usefully and consistently. And now they're like, oh, well, we don't care about the individual. We're just going to now work with the multi-billion-dollar corporations and hand over our residential real estate. What a joke. What a joke. Anyway, there you go. They reckon the build-to-rent mob are going to transform it and save us. Again, absolute bullshit, right? Complete and absolute rubbish. Because guess how much? As a percentage, folks, as a percentage of our supply chain, at the moment, it's less than 0.5% of the properties that are in our possible pipeline to be delivered when it comes to that stock. So it's not going to happen. It's not going to help. That is for sure, right? We've got population growing, over 200,000 people, projected to come in or net into Australia for 4 or 5 years in a row. That's going to be another net million people. We need to fix the amount of income it needs to service somebody's mortgage. Interest rates very high. I think they're going to come down in sort of maybe late 24, early 25. And then, folks, what does that mean for us as investors? And the whole point of this conversation is there's plenty going on. The government will squawk and carry on like a big bunch of pork chops, right? But how do you and I take advantage of this or get in place as investors? Well, the uncertainty of the interest rates going up, right, has certainly put a dampener on most uneducated investors, right? So 2023 is going to be a really interesting time in the world of property investing, all right? And Sam, well, I launched this the other day, so go back and have a look at it. There's 11 strategic, tactical ways to purchase real estate in 2023 and 2024. End of 23 and the beginning of 2024, 11 types of deals that you will make instant money on, instant equity on, folks, instant, right? Because the future has already built in property price increases, and there's a gap in the momentum. Now, it doesn't mean in 2025 something that's 100 grand more isn't worth 100 grand more. It just means that right now, this next 3, 6, 9, 12 months, there's some buying opportunities for those who have their buffers in place, those who've got their borrowing power sorted, those who are ready to acquire their next deal. There's some very good buying opportunities that have market anomalies and instant equity built in. Anyway, there you go. If you want to know what they are, make sure you reach out to your coach, folks, and your PC, because they're all over this stuff for you as we go along. Anyway, I think that's about it today. I think that's it. Why not? Why not? I'm done. Are you done? There we go. Wealth Coffee Chat done and dusted for 2023. Bryce, yes, Bryce. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom will be back. Fenton's still on. We'll be back in 2024. We had to navigate Fenton being a new dad and the back of the year being super busy. But we want to bring Wealth, Wine and Wisdom back. We love it. A bunch of you guys do too. So we want to get that back on the agenda. But that's it from me, folks. You guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of those sorts of things. And we'll be back in 2024 to hang out and do more Wealth Coffee Chats and some Wealth, Wine and Wisdoms. There you go. That's it from me, folks. Thanks for hanging out this year. Been a pleasure. As I sit here, looking back, it's been pretty amazing to have these conversations with all of you. And thanks for all your support and encouragement and all of those sorts of things. So you guys have a great break. Take care of your families and yourself, and give yourself some extra extra kudos and some love for getting through a pretty tough year. Yeah. But it ain't over yet, folks. There's still a few things to do, and 2024 is going to be a good one. I guarantee it. So don't muck around. Enjoy your break, but let's crack in. All right, folks, that's it from me. Take care. Cheers. Merry Christmas. Bye for now. See you in 2024. Real soon.